are a river city, a bold city, the First Coast, a place to create and to belong. Here, the sun shines a little brighter, and so do the people. We share a love for our region, a pride for Jacks, and a passion for the beautiful game, dedicated to giving everyone a sporting chance. Together, we will elevate soccer and sport in our community by lifting every voice. We are Sporting Club Jacksonville. We are Sporting Jacks.
Hello and welcome into the Sporting Jacks Report. I'm Cole Pemper. We are just hours away from the first match for Sporting Jacks in front of fans in club history as the women face Hibernian FC this evening. Coming up, we'll look back on the week that was for Sporting Jacks and look ahead to tonight's match. Plus, we'll get to know a player who is very familiar with playing games at Hodges Stadium, former UNF star Zara Siassi. But let's start with tonight's historic match. For any new club, there are quite a few milestones, and few are bigger than the first home match, and that's what Sporting Jacks prepares for this evening when they take the field at Hodges Stadium against the Scottish champions. But before they did that, Sporting Jacks had quite the week to prepare. Let's start with last Friday night at James Weldon Johnson Park, where the club held a kickoff party. Hundreds of fans turned up to hear about the team, meet the players, get some autographs, and celebrate the start of the first professional women's team in Jacksonville.
I think it's really important to bring the community together and inform everybody of what our team is about, and for them to get to know them, for them to meet them in person, for them to know, a little bit of background about the players, who they're hopefully going to come and support in all of our home games. So it's an awesome opportunity for engagement.
It's been really fun to be able to interact with members of the community. That's what we want as players, because ultimately they're the ones supporting us and they're the ones that are uplifting us every game that we play in the stadium.
Super exciting. We were all really impressed when we pulled up to the kickoff party because we didn't know what it'd look like. Really exciting to kind of meet members of the community, and overall it's been really well put together.
Then on Tuesday, the team traveled to Gainesville for a closed-door friendly with the Florida Gators. The team enjoyed some solid play, although stormy weather shortened the work. It was a good step forward and a return to campus for Sporting Jacks associate head coach Alan Kirkup and players Daviana Vaca, Julia Lester, and Parker Roberts.
Anytime you get an opportunity to play it's good. I mean, it's valuable experience for us, valuable minutes on the legs for us to get a little bit more fitness. We've learned some things about what we need to work on moving forward into practice.
Building on what we had last week against the Pride, that was really our main goal today, to try and do better in the final third. I think we did that, and so for me it was progress.
Yeah, coming back to Gainesville, I was looking around like it's a full circle moment for me to be here. Playing here 2 years ago and now starting my professional career here has been a full circle.
It feels, honestly, it's a feeling I can't describe. I had such an amazing experience here, and Becky, Alan, Vic being a part of it back in college just helped me grow into myself so much on the field as a player and a person.
Oh, it feels great. This was always like home for me, so it feels like I was coming home. Everyone was like, was it weird? And I was like, no, it feels like I was coming home, so I loved it.
The day after returning from Gainesville, the club and the city welcomed Hibs to town. At a press conference held at the Visit Jacksonville headquarters downtown, Hibs head coach Grant Scott was presented with a proclamation signed by Mayor Donna Deegan proclaiming Saturday as Hibernian FC Women's Day in Jacksonville. It will be a big moment for Jacksonville sports.
Yeah, we're very excited to get our first home game and finally play in front of some fans. We're not just playing against anyone, we're playing against champions, and I think that kind of sets the tone of who we want to be. So yeah, we're very excited for a competitive match, and they're going to be very good, so we got to bring our best. I think each game's an opportunity to kind of put the pieces together, so we're kind of looking to play a complete game on Saturday.
A lot of our work this week has been adjusting to the conditions and the heat, so we'll train another couple of times now before the match, but very much using this as a preparation for our own season ahead, similar to back to Stacey. But yeah, we'll be ready come Saturday and looking forward to it.
I hope it helps the club get up and running on a good note. To see the amount of tickets that have been sold already is incredible. We don't really have that much support back in Scotland for women's sports as you guys do here. So I think it's incredible to see that he's managed to build it from the ground up, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how the team compete, and it's a team that I'll certainly keep an eye on throughout the season to see how they do.
We should also note a strong connection between the two clubs. Ron Gordon, the late chairman of Hibs, who passed away unexpectedly last year, was an early advocate for Sporting Jacks, helping Steve Livingstone and Tony Allegretti get the process started. That was all about getting the club started early on. He'll be honored today at the game, and members of his family will also be in attendance. Since this is the first home match for Sporting Jacks, anywhere really, that fans will be, and the first match at Hodges Stadium for many fans, we thought we would share some need-to-know information for fans heading out to the match today. First, know that parking opens at 4 p.m. and the gates open at 5:30. Before kickoff, there will be a fan party outside the stadium. Only mobile tickets will be accepted. The best way to use that is with the SeatGeek app, so download the app and connect to your account. For parking, you must reserve in advance on SeatGeek, and once you get to the stadium, UNF's clear bag policy will be in effect. That means only clear bags 12 by 6 by 12 inches or smaller will be permitted. And we now welcome in Emerson Burris. You're continuing your series, getting to know the players of Sporting Jacks a little bit better. And speaking of Hodges Stadium, one of the stars there in recent years, wearing a Sporting Jacks badge now.
Thank you, Cole. Zara Siassi is making her professional debut this season, but her impact is already being felt far beyond the field. Whether it's sourdough starters or scoring goals, she's bringing people together in the most unexpected ways. On the field, Zara Siassi is focused, driven, and locked in. But off the field, she's known for something a little softer.
I've always been somebody who likes to cook and bake. My mom was a really good baker, so I think I inherited some of her genes from that. But as far as the bread, I started doing that about 2 years ago, making a sourdough starter and just looking up videos on Instagram and TikTok of how to do it and the different techniques.
Originally, Zara baked for herself, but when her teammates got a taste, things changed.
When I would give it to people, they would always ask me for it. I love giving to people, so that's my favorite part, is to see their reaction when they have it and then also their reaction after they try it.
Zara grew up in Lake Worth, Florida, an only child who fell in love with soccer at an early age.
I have been playing soccer since I could remember. I probably started playing when I was around 5 or 6, and I never stopped. I played other sports as well, but I think soccer is really what stuck with me.
Now she's stepping into the professional game with a jersey that says Sporting Jacks and a hometown crowd behind her.
I definitely have a lot of gratitude towards it. I think I don't take it for granted that I get this opportunity to play professionally. It's been my dream for a really long time.
And yes, she's full of surprises, including a few hidden talents.
A citizen of the UK. So I have UK citizenship.
How?
My dad was born there. I used to be scuba diving certified. I used to go scuba diving when I was in like high school. So that was cool, being down south, and the water's clearer down there. So there's a lot of cool things to see.
As for 3 words to describe herself.
3 words to describe myself are loyal, persistent, and creative.
From the kitchen to the pitch, Siassi is proving that she's got more than one way to bring people together.
I think she's going to be a fan favorite, not just because of the UNF connection, but also she's a very good player. We'll be keeping an eye on her this year. Emerson, thanks so much. One player who did not make the trip to Gainesville was Sydney Schmidt, the academy player for Sporting Jacks. She was with the U.S. U17 team, where she scored this goal, her first for the United States. She later added a PK. Her future is very bright, and we look forward to seeing her continued development with Sporting Jacks. It is time now for our USL Championship Game of the Week, presented by Honda of the Avenues. This week we check in on the 2 nearest teams to Jacksonville, meeting in the Jägermeister Cup as Charleston Battery welcomed Tampa Bay Rowdies to Patriots Point. To Charleston we go. Charleston looking to move on, while the Rowdies needed a win in this game to keep their knockout hopes alive in the in-season tournament. Charleston breaking through in first half stoppage time. Rubia Rubin sends the ball into the box for Cal Jennings, but it's Robert Castellanos who accidentally redirects it into his own net for an own goal. Battery take the 1-0 lead into halftime. 71st minute, goal number 2. Aaron Malloy threads a perfect ball between the lines, and M.D. Myers wins the foot race before sliding a composed finish into the far corner. 12th goal of the season, 4th against Tampa Bay for Myers. Stoppage time now. Tampa Bay pulls one back. Joey Skinner finds the back of the net, but too little too late for the Rowdies. Charleston hands Tampa their 3rd loss of the year and ends the Rowdies Jägermeister Cup run in the group stage. A season sweep for the Battery, and they finish the group stage on a high note. All right, let's now welcome in Mauricio Ruiz, and now another Jägermeister Cup matchup, and Charleston is playing very well. They might be the best team in the USL right now.
Yeah, I mean, since Coach Ben Perlman took over there a couple of years ago, they've been a stingy team, and they don't give up a whole lot, and they know how to go forward really effectively. So this is a game, was an elimination game effectively for Tampa Bay Rowdies. They were in 2nd place in the Jägermeister Cup. Really would have been the only glimpse of hope for them this season, it seems like. And all they needed to do is go and get a result in Charleston. But Charleston, they have a championship caliber mentality. And even though Tampa were the aggressors early in the game and they looked like the better side, or a side that had something to play for, somehow the Battery just continued to get nicked in the goals against, and they continued to get on top, and they were 2-0 comfortably towards the end of the game, which unfortunately, Cole, for Tampa Bay Rowdies means that they're now eliminated from the Jägermeister Cup.
Now let's take a look at the standings in the USL Championship as we near the midway point of the season. And in the West, it is really wide open. If you look at the standings, from 29 points from Tulsa on top down to, even say, Oakland Roots with 20 points. Any of these teams could make a run here, put something together, and find themselves atop the table in the Western Conference. It's going to be a wide open second half of the season. In the East, it's starting to separate a little bit. Charleston Battery on top with Lou City right behind, and then a drop-off. All those teams like Loudoun United, North Carolina FC, Pittsburgh Riverhounds, and on, probably going to be jostling for position most of the year, but everybody looking up at Charleston and Lou City. Tampa Bay Rowdies continue a tough season at the bottom of the table in the East. We made the announcement last week that season ticket sales for Sporting Jacks have surpassed 6,000. That means that season tickets are running low. If you've not purchased your season tickets yet, be sure to do so. Go to sportingjacks.com or call 904-863-KICK to join the movement. Still to come, Becky Burley joins us to look ahead to tonight's matchup with the Scottish champions. That's next as the Sporting Jacks Report rolls on. The next nationally televised USL Championship game comes up on August 15th when North Carolina FC hosts Detroit City. That's a Friday night 6:30 kickoff on CBS Sports Network. Then the following day, the aforementioned Tampa Bay Rowdies hosting Phoenix Rising at Al Lang Stadium. That's a 9 p.m. kickoff on ESPN2. All right, we welcome in Becky Burley now as we get ready for the big matchup tonight. Becky, what are your thoughts on Sporting Jacks versus Hibernian FC?
Absolutely. And I really hope people embrace that, because I'm excited to get a first look at this team. Everything has been closed door, all the practices, all the prior matches. So this is a great opportunity to see what we got.
And we are expecting a big crowd, maybe over 7,000 for the match. How is that going to impact the players on the field specifically?
Well, the biggest impact is it's going to be exciting. And I think everybody likes to feel that energy from the crowd and really get into it. So I think there's going to be an excitement about that. There could be a little bit more butterflies around it because, when you're playing in front of a big crowd, there are some things to consider. For example, like communication doesn't always happen so straightforwardly when you have a big crowd behind you. So you got to make sure that you're really intent upon making that happen, even when there's a lot of background noise.
So as a coach, what can you do to make sure that the players don't get too hyped? Is there anything you can do?
That's a good question. I think it really just comes down to stick to the process. This is the same thing you've been doing in a different setting. And how do you focus in that space? Like, how do you stay process-based and not think about all the external factors. And there's part of that that comes with a little bit of practice. So I think as the season continues, that'll be something people will get used to.
This game is likely to be the toughest competition that Sporting Jacks faces all year, certainly in the preseason for sure. What will that do for Sporting Jacks looking forward to the Gainbridge Super League season?
Well, I do think that the more you can expose yourself to high-level competition, the more you can figure out what it is that you need to focus on as a group and individually. But I think that, I've always been a huge believer in play a competitive schedule, do it as early as possible, point out the flaws as early as possible, and that gives you the opportunity to really potentially change some things if you need to, or just sort of tweak some things that need a little bit more fine-tuning.
All right, good stuff, Becky. Thanks so much. Group tickets are on sale now for the Sporting Jacks inaugural season. Groups of 10 or more can enjoy the best price for single game tickets. Gather your friends, family, and coworkers and enjoy a night at Sporting Jacks. General admission for group tickets start as low as $22 per seat. Club seats as low as $39 per seat. Call 904-863-KICK or go to sportingjacks.com to order your group tickets for pro soccer in Jacksonville. When we come back, the youth soccer spotlight, and especially these kids who enjoyed a big Friday night with the club. That's straight ahead. This is the Sporting Jacks Report. The inaugural Sporting Jacks kit has been unveiled, and now you can order your own. Use the QR code on your screen to order your official Sporting Jacks shirt. You can also go to sportingjacks.com/shop to buy other official team merchandise. Time now for the Youth Soccer Spotlight, presented by the Bearded Pig Barbecue. Emerson Burris is here. And Emerson, this week you're hearing from some young Sporting Jacks fans.
I sure am. This week for a Youth Soccer Spotlight, I'm taking you inside the Super League kickoff party last week, where the energy was high and the future of the game was front and center. But instead of focusing on the stars of Sporting Jacks, I spent the night with some of their youngest fans, the kids who dream of becoming just like them. James Weldon Johnson Park was packed with fans, food, fun, and a whole lot of future soccer stars.
I got run over a lot. Someone kicked the ball and then it hit my face.
Even a soccer ball to the face couldn't stop Braden from loving the game. His favorite position?
I like being a goalie a lot.
But that doesn't mean he doesn't know how to score.
When I kicked the ball through someone's legs and then just went right behind them really fast, and I just kicked the ball and then it went under the goalie's legs.
While the Sporting Jacks players were signing autographs and taking selfies,
Meeting the players is my favorite thing about the party.
They were also sparking something even more powerful, belief.
Dream big. You never know what can happen, and if you don't dream it and you don't believe it, then it's not going to be able to happen. So dream big, because anything can happen.
Own your path and believe in yourself. Always betting on yourself is going to do you so much good, no matter if it's in sports or in life.
Parents saw it too, the impact these players had just by showing up.
The players have been phenomenal, been so accessible, so nice to the kids. I think we've met like 10 of them just walking up to us and talking.
For some, it was about the games, the goals, and the cheers.
What are you most looking forward to about coming to the games?
Watching the people score the goals.
But for others, it was about something even bigger.
I'm the same number as one of them, number 11.
Because when little girls get to meet professional athletes that look like them, the dream doesn't just start, it becomes real. The kickoff party may have launched a new era for Sporting Jacks, but it also lit a spark in the next generation.
Well, I can tell you too, as a girl dad, my little girl was there and she loved it. She said afterwards, I like hanging out with the soccer girls. I think that sentiment is one that a lot of young players, boys and girls, are going to be saying a lot this year.
Absolutely. It was so fun hearing from the kids. Some have played soccer, some haven't, and then I talked to those players. All they kept saying is dream big, and you never know what's going to happen.
Absolutely. Thank you, Emerson. For more on Sporting Jacks in the world of soccer, join Mark Warburton, Stacey Balaam, and me every Tuesday night at 6 on 1010XL. It's the Coaches Show presented by Sporting Jacks. You can listen on air on 1010 AM, online or on demand at 1010XL.com. And be sure to join Becky Burley, Mauricio Ruiz, and me every Thursday night at 6. We grab Emerson in there as well. It's the Sporting Jacks Soccer Hour. The entire world of soccer, including Sporting Jacks in the USL. Thursday nights at 6 on AM 930 Fox Sports Radio Jacksonville or the iHeart app. Still to come, Mauricio rejoins me to look ahead to tonight's matchup with Hibs. That's next as the Sporting Jacks Report rolls on. You can watch the Sporting Jacks Report just about every Saturday at 12:30 on NBC 12. Next Saturday, noon, ABC 25. You can also find us on demand on First Coast News Plus and the Sporting Jacks YouTube channel. Mauricio Ruiz rejoins us now. Mau, Sporting Jacks plays that first preseason home match in club history this evening. What are you expecting?
Well, a great crowd, first and foremost, because I think a lot of people are super excited to be able to see the players. We've had a couple closed-door scrimmages away, and now to be able to play at home against a professional side, I think the crowd is going to be super exciting, right? You want health, first and foremost. If you're a coach, you want to make sure your players are healthy coming out of these friendly games. But more than anything, after about a month of preseason, after a couple friendly games, you got to play under your belt. You want to start seeing now what the team is going to look like going into the season starting not too far away from now, kind of mid-August. So who are the players that you will start identifying with? Who are the players that are starting to really showcase themselves and start to separate themselves from the group? And what mentality and game style is this team going to have? It's a brand new team, so there's nothing to reference back to. So now it's going to be interesting. Are we going to be a high-pressing team, an intensity-based team, a low-block team, possession team? And those comes with personalities, which we've talked about a lot of the players that we have, and a reflection of our coaching staff as well.
I'll tell you some of the things I'll be looking for tonight in this first home preseason match, and that is for visual memories to be created. On the field, obvious one is goals, or a great ball, or a great save, or a great moment, something like that on the field where we'll be able to replay highlights and show it on social media that really shows what Sporting Jacks is all about. But it's not just what happens on the field, what happens in the stands as well. I want to see fans wearing the Sporting Jacks kits. I want to see the kids out there in Sporting Jacks gear celebrating these women, the first professional women's team in Jacksonville getting their first game in front of the home fans. All those moments feed into each other. A great goal celebrated by a young fan, or an old fan for that matter, are the kinds of things that people will remember and take with them for a long time. I'm looking forward to calling the game. Emerson will be on the sidelines. Olivia Thompson will be on the broadcast as well. And we are really looking forward to seeing those key signature moments delivered. The outcome of the game really is secondary at this point. It's the preseason. You want progress, but we have a lot to get to. Again, we're just hours away, 14 days until the preseason finale at Lexington SC, and 21 days until league play begins against DC Power at Hodges Stadium. You can also keep up to date with what's going on with Sporting Jacks on our social channels, on X, on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and on TikTok. We'll keep you updated with everything as the season gets underway. There's been a lot of work that's been done up to this point, but here we are. It's match week, it's match day. Thanks for watching. We'll see you at Hodges.